Dear Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start by extending a warm welcome to the distinguished participants of the conference and thanking Mr. Gilbert Hungbo, Director General of the International Labour Organization, for his report. The report outlines very important initiatives and recommendations to ensure fundamental labour rights and principles in the global recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite the adverse impacts of complex political and economic processes at the regional and global levels, Azerbaijan has become one of the world's leading countries in recent years due to its rapid rate of development as a result of comprehensive reform program based on the concept of strong social state. Azerbaijan's economy has more than tripled in the last 20 years. Its reserves are 10 times greater than its foreign debt, which accounts for only 10% of our GDP. As a result of social reforms, only within the 5 years, the minimum pensions has been increased by 2.5 times. The average monthly pensions has been increased twice. Allowances have been increased 5 times. Minimum wage was increased 2.7 times. The median wage increased more than 2.1 times. A salary fund has been increased by 2.5 times across the country. I would like to point out that as a result of large digitalization program in the social sector, more than 100 social services, employment services, labor services have already undergone an electronic transformation. Those centers that provide social services from a single entry platform serve to deliver transparent and timely services, improving citizen-state relations via good governance and strengthening public attention to vulnerable groups. Launched in last year, the Labour and Employment Electronic System offers a unified labour relations platform for both businesses and employees, as well as a new efficient support system for all labour market participants. The system was announced as a champion project at the ITU's World Summit on the Information Society Prizes in March this year. Azerbaijan's employment policy is executed together with social partners in close cooperation with the International Labour Organization. We have successfully completed 2 decent work country programs. New decent work country program will be signed soon based on the principle of tripartism. Being a party to 59 ILO conventions, including 9 fundamental and 4 priority conventions, Azerbaijan has continuously given considerable focus to increasing the number of ratified conventions. On May this year, the formal ratification of the Convention number 155 on occupational safety and health was communicated to the ILO Director General for registration. Dear ladies and gentlemen, as a consequence of the 44-day patriotic war, the occupied territories of our country were liberated from the armed forces of Armenia by the valiant Azerbaijani army. During the 30 years of occupation by Armenia, the territories of Azerbaijan were exposed to urban, cultural, and environmental crimes. 9 cities and hundreds of the villages were entirely destroyed. Since the end of the war, 302 Azerbaijanis have been hit by mines as a result of mine terrorism, and 57 of them have lost their lives. Dear delegates, since 2019, the Azerbaijani chairmanship to the non-aligned movement has launched successful initiatives to work towards pandemic recovery, calling for policies that prioritize decent work for all and eliminating inequalities. The developing countries of the movement are facing common challenges. There are serious problems of unemployment and underemployment due to recession after COVID-19 pandemic. All these circumstances lead to the disruption of social cohesion. The most vulnerable groups of society have been severely impacted by the recession. Among them are people with disabilities, migrant workers, and people living on the edge of poverty in the informal sector. It's of utmost importance to provide full access to the benefits of development of the vulnerable groups of population. As non-members, we believe in deeper and stronger cooperation between the states, as well as with international organizations such as ILO. We attach great significance to cooperation with ILO to address the challenges identified in the Director General's report in light of national objectives and relevant ILO standards. Thank you for your attention.